Have you ever been reading a very thought-provoking or challenging book and wondered, how did we as a society develop sophisticated modes of timekeeping? That's a really weird and specific thought, but lucky for you, I'm ready to answer it. Calendars were the first form of recorded time. I'll bet you that every one of you has a calendar somewhere in your house or on your phone. They are extremely useful, and civilizations have been using calendars for thousands of years. And in 2013, the new oldest calendar was discovered in Scotland and was created to predict the lunar and solar cycles around 10,000 years ago. These were used in ancient times, mainly to regulate cycles of planting and harvesting. Then, people wanted to know more than just what day it was, so the sundial was invented. The oldest sundials found date back to 3500 BC. They were usually large obelisks found in the center of towns, and eventually smaller versions were created, but they were very inaccurate because the position of the sun isn't consistent around the globe, so noon in one town is 11:45 15 miles away. They also aren't very portable. It's really hard to wear one on your wrist. Next came water clocks, or that word. They measured the inflow or outflow of water at set rates to measure time. Plato even made an accurate alarm clock out of one. They worked well, but they had to be refilled and didn't gain as much popularity as the sundial. Eventually, the hourglass was created as a good portable option, but glass imperfections were common, and the sand eroded the opening, causing inaccuracies. Around the 1600s, the pendulum clock was created, and I guess you could call it the grandfather of modern timekeeping. These clocks worked by using a swinging pendulum to move the hands of the clock, and a weight to keep the pendulum swinging. These were very popular in town centers, and because of the bells inside them, they were named after the Latin word for bell, clocca. These could be accurate up to 10 seconds a day, but couldn't be moved very easily for fear of throwing off the oscillation. In 1657, the much more portable mechanical watch was developed. This used a series of springs and gears to move all the hands of the watch at a constant rate. Originally, they had to be wound daily, and the springs needed to be replaced often. So in 1777, the automatic watch was invented. It was a type of watch that didn't need to be wound because it utilized the energy of the wearer's arm moving to wind up the spring. These became common until 1927, when Walter Cady thought of the amazing idea to use a rock to power a watch. He figured that if you applied electricity in the right way to quartz, it would oscillate at a constant and high frequency. He then used that phenomenon to make watches incredibly more accurate. These new quartz watches could be consistent to 15 seconds a month. This started the competition for finding the material that vibrates the fastest to power the next accurate clock. Scientists used cesium, rubidium, and even hydrogen before currently resting on strontium, which is accurate to 1 second every 15 billion years. That is the current gold standard and probably doesn't need to be improved upon for a long time. This has been a history of timekeeping, and I hope you didn't consider it a waste of your time.